Hi, my name is Dua and I'm going to talk about the Cherokee warfare. The Cherokee had a complex belief system. They believe in special numbers, symbols, people, fire, and spirits. The religion was a part of their daily life. Therefore, their ceremonies, customs, and dancing had a religious purpose.
The Cherokee are a people indigenous to North America, who at the time of European contact in the 16th century inhabited what's now the eastern and southeastern United States. The historic Cherokee devised a simple yet seemingly complex belief system. They have many beliefs, and most of their ceremonies, games, and stories are based on their religion, which formulates their world view. Certain numbers play an important role in their ceremonies. The numbers 4 and 7 repeatedly occur in myths, stories, and ceremonies. The number 4 represents all the familiar forces and the 4 cardinal directions, which are east, west, north, and south. The number 7 also represents the high of purity and sacredness, a difficult level to attain. Since the Cherokee believe that the owl and cougar had attained this level, they play a very important role in their ceremonies, and they have a special regard for the owl and cougar because they were the only two who were able to stay awake for the 7 nights of creation. The moon has 13 phases every year. The Cherokee called those phases the Cherokee moons. In each phase or month, ritual and ceremonies were practiced, which was considered a necessary spiritual element for growth and fostered a social interaction among the Cherokees. In January, for example, is the time of the season for personal and ritual observation, fasting, and personal purification. During the season, families prepare for the coming of the new seasons, and a special dance called Cold Moon Dance is usually held in the community as well. In April, the first plant of the season comes, new births and customary, and the first new medicine and herbs plants that taught mankind how to defend against sickness come out. October, the time of traditional harvest festival, is when the Cherokee give thanks to all the living things of the field and the air that helped them live, and when the Great Moon Festival is customarily held. Other ceremonies and festivals were held during the year, like the tobacco ceremony. When the tobacco ceremony is about to begin, the priest assembles the ceremonial pipe bowl, which is filled with a small amount of tobacco and selected herbs, to the shaft. He lights the pipe with a twig from the sacred fire and offers a prayer, while offering the pipe to the spirit of the 7 sacred directions: the north, the south, the west, the east, the sun, and the earth, each of which has a color that represents a meaning. For instance, the north has the blue color and represents peace and self-reflection, while the west has the black color and represents the death and the shadow. This showed that the Cherokee ceremony and festival weren't just for fun, but it were also for religious purpose, since they didn't separate their daily life from their beliefs. In addition to the tobacco ceremony, there was the Green Corn Festival. No one was allowed to eat any corn, even from his own field, until the proper authority was given. That is, when some corn was ready to be eaten, the one who had the authority announced the date for the corn feast and dance. The ceremony is typically held during the full moon, when the first corn crop is ready to harvest. It's a time of thanks and forgiveness, thanks for the crops and forgiveness the old grudges. The ceremony lasts for several days. In the first few days, the holy man, as a symbol of health, life, and spiritual power, tend a sacred fire that the people fast, cleanse themselves and their homes. Furthermore, men and women then drink the black drink, an herbal concoction which helps in cleaning and purifying their bodies. After the first corn harvest is tasted, Cherokees start dancing, singing, playing, and feasting. Many foods are included in the feast with an emphasis on corn: roast corn, corn tortilla, corn soup, and cornbread, and they were freely to eat as they desire, and after this feast they could have what he wished from the particular field. The most highly esteemed peace festival. Another corn feast was held in the fall, but not so universally as this one. Although these feasts were religious festival, but they were accompanied by chanting and dancing, which was not just for fun but also for religious purpose.